Folks, how you doing? I'm on the ferry from Berneray to Harris. So that's the Uist behind me. I've lost count of islands, I think it's 7. Battersea, Barra, Eriskay, South Uist, Bimbecula, North Uist, Berneray. Yeah, 7, is that right? You can see the weather's not very great. Didn't get very much done on Berneray, but had a great night. Last night at the EDF, the music festival. I think there's going to be a couple of days of wet weather, but I've got several days on Harris, so hopefully we'll get something done. So the boat's got a few hundred metres to run, so I'll get back to you on the island of Harris. Well folks, I'm having a quiet night tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed my time at Eland Dorca Music Festival last night, but it was a late night and a noisy night. Time for some peace and quiet. Actually, I'm having a lazy night. I cooked up in the van, and after dinner it's perfect conditions for putting the boat on the water. And I know a wee island actually. I'm on the very southern tip of Harris, and I've mentioned maybe 2 or 3 times Harris is my favourite island of the Outer Hebrides. It's got the mist, it's got the mountains, it's got the sea. It's a landscape dominated by rock, by water, by heather, by crag, and just an incredible coastline. Well, I could have put the boat in the water and paddled out to this wee island that I know, but I'm on a wee peninsula, a wee promontory that I can get close to the wee island. There's a wee narrow that I can cast into, so some deep water. I know a couple of fishing marks here, so I'm going to give it a go and see if I can catch a fish for my breakfast. And it's been a mucky day. I was on Berneray, and I had a bit of fun on Berneray, a wee bit of exploration, but it was just too challenging to film. The cloud was right down and the rain was hammering, so I had a day to myself. I filmed a tiny wee bit on the boat coming across from Berneray to Leverborough here on the south of Harris. So I'm going to stop blethering. I'm going to have a wee cast, hike a bit further around the coast, enjoy the evening, and I'll probably fish till about maybe 10 or 11 o'clock and then climb into my sleeping bag. I've got a feeling that I'm going to sleep well tonight. Island that I mentioned that I usually paddle across to with a kayak. this little point here and the one there, these are attached to the mainland. It's a wee bit of a windy trail getting here, but I know that there's one or two spots that I can get down to the sea, and there's deep water straight off the shoreline. So I'm going to give it a cast or two. It's low tide actually. Does that sound like there's another excuse coming? It's low tide, but there's enough deep water here. It's a nice evening. I saw the heron fishing a wee while ago. So there's fish out there. Let's see if there's one for us for our breakfast, shall we? We'll give it a cast or two. I have to be super careful fishing these rocks on my own. They're super slippy and it's quite a long way up to get back onto that grassy rocky ridge. So it's a wee bit of a trial getting down here, and they're very, very slick. It's been raining all day. The rain's off now actually, which is quite nice. But it's not a good place to have a fall when you're fishing on your own. But I think I'm safe enough here, and I'm guessing that I've got reasonable access to deep water. So let's give it a cast or two, see how we get on. See if I can avoid launching myself into the water. Wish me luck. Well, I'm not on the fish, but I've got a pal here. This seal's been keeping me company and scaring all the fish away. I'm just enjoying his company. I don't want to frighten it away. I'd rather have its company than have a fish. I can always have some porridge or oatmeal for breakfast. They might get tired of me droning on. Well, it's been a bonny evening, folks. Fishing's good if you like mackerel. There's no pollock tonight. I had a very lazy night on the fishing. I've been sitting here most of the evening, just doing the occasional cast. Enjoying the birds, enjoying the view. And the seal's been keeping me company. not sure how much of this is visible to you. It's a wee bit dark. I'm not even sure if I'm in frame sitting down there. I better leave that off. It's been raining steady most of the evening, but that's a good thing. It's kept the midges away, and I'm right on the coast obviously. The seaweed and the salt keeps the midges down a wee bit. So a peaceful evening. Contrast to yesterday when I was enjoying the music at Inner and Outer. I'm more or less packed up here. I think I'm going to head back round the coast. I'm van camping tonight. My van is about probably about 45 minutes away. The field's out there again. I doubt that you'll be able to see it. I think it's just out of shot. Not a bad way to spend an evening. I'm guessing the seal likes mackerel. Actually, he's maybe the culprit. Maybe that's why I haven't got a pollock. Oh dear, I'm on another one. Ah. No, I'm alright. If I was, it's gone. Oh no, it's there. There's a wee... Actually, it looks like it might be a wee pollock. It's just jumped off. It's just down in the rocks. I better go and throw it back in the water. There's a bit of irony there, eh? The last cast and I get a pollock, but it looks about that size. I better go and save it. There you are, my last cast. Does that mean I should try another cast? A tiny wee pollock. I'm going to scramble down and put it back. Oh, it's away. That encourages me to try one more cast, you know that. Put the camera off to save a bit of power. Well, I'm regretting trying another cast. I've just been in these mackerel all evening, which is why I spent most of it sitting on the rocks. I don't want to be catching the mackerel. Even though it's catch and release, I don't like hurting them. It's not the drink, I promise. I really don't like the dank that you get from mackerel. What do you think? Time to sleep. I just have a feeling that there's a pollock there for my breakfast. If I catch one more mackerel though, it's time to go. There must be about a dozen tonight and one tiny pollock. going into the rocks, and I don't know if I can get it. That means it's a pollock, because that's what they do. Come on now. I don't know if you can see that. That's a really bonny fish, but it's too small to keep. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to be careful when they struggle like that. They can hurt themselves, but they can also put the hook into your hand. Come on now. Not badly hooked. I can get that out. Might need the pliers. There we go. Pop it back quickly. I have to say it's not best practice throwing these fish from this distance, but they seem to be swimming away quite the thing. It's quite hard for me to get down there. Anyway, that was a bigger pollock. It's getting quite late. I need to think about getting back. If you look over my shoulder, you'll see the seal is still there. Maybe a bit difficult in this light, but it's coming back in again. He seems to be swimming up and down this channel, coming in here, over here behind me, over my right shoulder, and then going back out again. And every time he comes down, I catch more fish, and I think he's chasing the fish into that bay behind me there. You see my lure? I'm fishing quite a dark lure. That was to try and dissuade the mackerel from taking it. The mackerel love the silver. Okay, time for bed, I think. Oh, we're on again. Where's this side? Ah, another pollock, and it's jumped off right down at the water line. I'm going to have to climb down and get it. I hope I can get down that far. It'd be nice if it jumped in the water by itself. Okay, I got it. It's back in the water. No fish were hurt in the making of this video. Time for bed, folks. Well, I was encouraged by the pollock that I was catching, so I kept going, but I'm back in the mackerel again. And this one's trying to commit suicide. Oh. It's off. My goodness, that was a feisty fish. Right, the rain's hammering down, it's dark. I'm up to my eyes in mackerel. The biggest pollock was about that size, so. Time to stop messing about and we get back to the van and get some sleep. We'll get back with you in the morning, folks. I think I've said that already tonight. Hey folks, still camping by the coast. Grand night on the fishing last night. Lots of mackerel, a couple of pollock but too small, so I'm on vegetable stir fry today. I'm going to cook up some early lunch and then I'm going to throw some gear into the rucksack, and I'm heading for the high ground today. I'm going to camp high. Well, that's the plan anyway. There's a weather front coming in, but I think it's moving quite fast. Let me take this kettle off, it's boiling away there. So the weather front's moving through quite quickly. So although I'll get wet on my hike, I should be able to have a reasonably calm evening, and I might even manage to summit camp. There's a few hills on South Harris that I am very familiar with and absolutely love. I've done I think I've done pretty much every hill on Harris now. So I'll be revisiting old ground, but I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to cook this up and I'll get back to you in a wee while. We'll get that rucksack packed and we'll head up the hill together. Stir fried vegetables, can you see that? If you've watched my other videos, you'll know I've been burning a little bit of fence wood. I did a project in my daughter's garden in the winter time and I over-ordered on the wood. I had all this off-cut. Been using it for kindling when I go to the bothy or camping, and chop some of it up for the bush buddy. My veggies are almost done. I've got some noodles to add to the veggies. The wee vegetable and noodle stir fry. I need a decent lunch because it's a fairly long hike into this hill this afternoon, this evening, and I need to keep the weight down. I don't want to carry too much food, so I'll have a decent meal now and then I'll just have a wee bit of pasta for a light dinner. Hoping I can get a bit of filming done. I hope we can enjoy this hill together this afternoon, this evening. So I'm going to finish cooking this up, fill my belly, and I'll get back to you later this afternoon when we start the hike. Looking forward to it, hope you are too. See you soon, folks. To come across a wee bit, or you won't hear me for the water. I'm in the Harris Hills. Forecast is for blue sky, a little bit of cloud, sunny spells, but somebody forgot to tell the weather. It's quite wet. Anyway, I've got some overnight gear. I'm quite happy. I'm going to find a bit of high ground. I'm thinking about summit camping. I want a view, and the only way to get a view, I want a view south. And I'm sitting north of these hills just now, so the only way to get a view is to go up to the top and either camp on the top or go over a wee bit, go up down the other side. It's a long way. It's many kilometres of fairly tough, boggy terrain, but I'm having fun, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed for better weather. So I'm going to have a wee drink of water here, shoulder that rucksack, keep my spirits up and get up to the top of this hill. So I'll get back to you later, folks. Bye for now. Two tiny wee patches of blue sky. About that. It's getting breezy. I better speak up. You might not be able to hear me. I'm probably a kilometre back from the summit. Yes. Not sure how you pronounce this hill. It's called Colleague, I think. The hill behind me there is Hisaval. I climbed these two hills about 2-3 years ago on a sweltering hot day in the summer, and I did both of them together. carrying this though. I just had a sandwich with me and a bottle of water. So I'm just going to do the one today, camp on the top tonight. This one's a wee bit higher than he's evolved, but only by about 5 metres I think. They both have glorious views to the south. A watery landscape. I've got a wee treat in store for you. Hoping the weather stays reasonable so that I can get the big camera, the big lens out and show you the view to the south. And then you'll know why I'm expending all this energy to sleep amongst the rocks. Anyhow, it's quite late. More or less 6 o'clock. See the tripod moving about there. More or less 6 o'clock. I have to track on and get up this hill. So you can hear me. There's no point scouting around for a flat, grassy place to camp on a mountain like this. I just got to tuck myself in the best I can around the rocks and find a place where I can stretch out for tonight. So I'm going to get set up here. Keep it breezy up here. We're getting there, we're winning. Well, I think we're winning. As long as I don't let go, I think we'll be okay. I want a view south. I do have a vague notion of what I'm doing here, just vague. Pigs. I think that'll do. Got myself a wee patio here. Very nice. And the sea view. Not a bad camp spot. See if I can get one peg in. Stop the back flapping around. There we are folks, that's the tent set up. Going to get the stove on the go and get some pasta going. Feeling a bit hollow. It's a wee bit windy for cooking on the patio, but I might be able to eat on the patio, so let's move round here and get the stove on the go. My dinner sitting on the patio tonight. Enjoyed my pasta. Gonna get a cup of tea on the go. And I think I'll put the camera on later when the sun dips a little bit. See if we can get some atmospheric footage before bedtime. It's a bonny evening. I was just in behind you there over your shoulder. There's a bit of a precipice going down into the glen. I was just looking over it and looking towards the hill that I did a couple of years ago. I remember the descent was pretty steep, and then the reascent was also quite steep, quite brutal in fact. But it was a glorious day. I'm going to scoot up to the summit and have a wee look across to the south and east. Just clambering about in the rocks, enjoying the evening. Finished off my cup of tea. That's looking southwest. That's where I've been. That's looking towards Berneray, North Uist, then Benbecula, South Uist, Eriskay, Barra and Battersea, where I started. I'm heading north after this, so we're on Harris now. I'm going to Lewis. I don't think I'm going to do any filming on Lewis. I'm just going to kick back and enjoy a chill day, a holiday day. And then after Lewis, I'm actually coming back to Harris, and I'm sailing out of Harris and I'm going across there. I might turn the camera in a minute. That's the Inner Hebrides there, and that's the island of Skye that you can see. It's all a wee bit misty murky tonight, but I think you can just about make out the islands disappearing in the gloaming. I've been on the road for over a week now, and my time in the Outer Hebrides is drawing to a close, and I'm always a wee bit sad about that. I may manage an autumn trip, but I'm not very sure, so it might be next year before I get back again. Anyway, when I come back I'll bring you with me and we can carry on our Hebridean adventures. Anyway, let me move this camera and I'll show you the Inner Hebrides. And I've still got a few days on the Inner Hebrides, island of Skye. Contemplating going over to Rassay, but I'm not sure, I might be a bit short on time. So I'll move this camera and I'll let you have a wee glimpse of the island of Skye and the Inner Hebrides. Boy in me told me I had to go and stand on the top of that rock. So we're looking more or less due south. I don't know, it might be difficult for the camera to pick it up, but that's the Inner Hebrides. So when I was blethering to you over there, I was looking down southwest to the Outer Hebrides, the Inner Hebrides there, and that's the island of Skye that you can see. Rubrahunish, the northern part of the northern peninsula of Skye above Trottenish. And I can just about make it out in the gloom. I can see the hills of the Quiraing. And that wee video that I made of Skye, the visit that I had to Skye about a month or so ago, I mentioned the hills above the Quiraing. Well, they're visible from here. And actually, I never mentioned it when I had the camera pointing in that direction, but I think I can possibly see Benmore on north-west. The hill goers are going to pick me up on that. They're going to say Benmore's on south-west. Well, Benmore, the Graham, the higher hill, is in fact on south-west. But at the northern end of north-west there's another hill, also called Benmore, so there's two. There's the wee Benmore of north-west, and there's the big one of south-west. Wee Benmore, is that an oxymoron? More in the Gaelic means big, so the wee big. Anyway, it's much smaller than the Benmore on South Uist, and it's just visible there. I just love this time of the night. The tent's set up, my sleeping bag's there. My belly's full, and I've got all of this to myself. Just looking at the hills that I've climbed over the years, and the glens that I've hiked through. The coastline where I've wasted many a night looking for pollock. Hinish. It's the point over there. Just not more than 10 kilometres away. That's where I was fishing last night, where I was catching all these confounded mackerel. Anyhow, it was a grand night, I'm not complaining. Right, enough blethering, folks. I'm going to climb into the sleeping bag, I'm going to read for a wee while, and I'm going to keep one eye open, and if there is a bit of a sunset I might switch the camera back on, but I kind of doubt it tonight. And I am looking in kind of the wrong direction. It would be over your shoulder. Anyway, I'll keep an eye open, so we'll get back to you in the morning, folks. Good night. Morning, folks. It's a glorious morning. Wind's died down. The rain's off. Happy days. Got a cup of coffee on the go. Got my gear drying on my wee patio here. I'm not in a hurry to get off the hill. I'm going to hang around for a wee while. Enjoy the morning sunshine. It's a glorious morning. You've got a hazy view. The Inner Hebrides have disappeared. I can't see sky anymore. And actually I can't see much beyond the tip of Harris. The other islands of the Outer Hebrides are pretty much lost in the murk. But it's beautiful up here, nice and warm as well. Had the company of a few birds this morning, but they've all gone now, away for their breakfast. So I'm going to relax a wee while and then I'll break camp. Well folks, the mist is rolling in from the sea. I'm just drying off my tent. I'll come over a bit so I don't need to shout. I'm just drying off my tent, getting packed up and more or less good to go. I lingered over my second cup of coffee, just enjoying the view, but there's a huge bank of cloud coming in, or mist. So I think my view is going to disappear very soon. A wee navigation challenge for me to get back down to sea level to the north there, and then spin round the bay back to my van. So I think I'm going to wrap this video up here. That's something I haven't said in a while. I've been filming throughout my journey, starting away down in Battersea there, and I'm not sure how I'm going to divide up the footage, but I'm thinking rather than do one long video, I'm going to do a whole series of wee short videos. Personally, I like the long videos, but when I did that video of Skye, it all seemed a wee bit disjointed. There was fishing and kayaking and camping, hiking, but it didn't seem to flow very well as a story. I didn't find it that entertaining myself, if I'm being honest. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and divide these videos up into wee short videos, each with a wee bit of adventure, a bit of activity. So this will be the Summit Camp on Harris, or some such title. I'll dream up a title during the editing process. So I think I'm going to wind the video up now, and we'll get back to you on the next one. I'm taking the rest of the day off. I'm not doing any more filming today. I'm going to have a wee bit chill time. But I've still got a fair amount of time before I head for home. And like I say, tomorrow I'm heading to the Inner Hebrides, so watch this space for more videos, folks, and thanks for watching. Really appreciate that. Bye for now.